to the Bet Elevator, episode 4, if I'm not mistaken. I can't do math in my old age. I'm Lou Betcha, as always, with my co-host, Mike, the Couch Warrior. Mike, how you doing tonight, my man?
I'm chilling, man. It's been a while since we last saw each other. It's been a whole week.
Well, I mean, look, man, I can understand with my sexy nature as an old man, everybody wants to get a piece, but we're here. So I just want to acknowledge chat. By the way, if you guys, please like and subscribe. You know, we're like both PewDiePies. Please help us out. You know, we don't make the millions this jabroni does, but let me just acknowledge the chat real quick too. We got Daz in here. Daz, very good friend of the community. I'm not going to put his Randy deserves it comment up, but you know, we got Tom L312, one indescript name. We got Larson. I wonder if I'll be seeing him with some vodka drinks at some point soon. Speaking of which, I mean, it's an adult beverage. It's in a glass. It's classy. Oh, and then well, Larson's going to love you for that. Like, he is a big fan of the White Claws. But,
White Claw guy? Man like me then.
I know Larson. And then Slam Pig's in the chat. I'll just promote it for him. Watch Revenge Elephant Monday. Go search him out on YouTube. Greatest movie of the year with the greatest voiceover guy. Mike, I have not subjected you to what that is at this moment, and I might keep it that way because I like you. Anyway, the Macho Man invitation will come out at some point. There is one fight in particular. It will be the Almeida Porter fight, but never seen the show before. Little different slant on betting. Mike and I are going to kind of go in the prop market and then outbid each other. And whoever outbids the one has to make the bet. Even though the way this show is played out, we both are typically making the bets anyway because we're both crazy people. But
degenerates.
We are. So I'm going to pull up the board. Mike, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's attack this. Let's attack the card, dude.
Let's do it.
Let's do it is right. All right. First fight of the night. And I mean, if you want to talk about a banger to start off a card, I should have realized that I had a lot of these claps. We have Elise Reed. We have Sam Hughes. This is, you know, maybe not the greatest women's MMA fight in all time, but it might be the worst. So, Mike, we got an odd number of fights. I'm going to defer to you. You're going to get 6 of these to start. Mike, what do you got to start this card off?
So I feel like this one's been a big divide in MMA Twitter, but I am on the Sam Hughes side. So I'll start us off light with the money line on Sam Hughes. It's plus 136 right now. I still like that. I took her at plus 150, I think. I just feel like this is a 50-50 fight, as 50-50 as you can get right now. And for that reason, I'd rather go with the woman who's slightly bigger, has more UFC fights. I think will put on the pressure, and I get dog money on her. So I'll go with the money line here for her.
Rob, we appreciate half your attention. That's fine because I really don't want your attention for this Elise Reed Sam Hughes fight. You win the first one and it's going to be anticlimactic. And the only reason I say it is we talked about this before. I'm on the Elise Reed side. They're both middling, but I can't get past it. A month ago, everybody's like, Sam Hughes is the worst. Should have been cut. Shouldn't even be given the Estela Nunez fight. And now she wins, and now she's Clint's sexy dog, and everybody's hopping on her. I don't know, man. I mean, Reed has decent wins, but even her decision prop is even money because they know. So there's no prop I have that's better than 145. But I'm with you. If you're gonna bet the fight, it's Hughes or pass, right?
That's what I think. That's how I feel, at least.
So enjoy your bet, son, because that's all you.
Just a unit play. Somebody in the comment section for my video on Tuesday, they put up Sam Hughes by KO round 3 is plus 5,000. I told you this before, Lou, and man, was I tempted, but so far it's too crazy even for me.
I mean, you say that, but I know you, and I have a feeling you'd be like,
I might end up hitting it tomorrow.
3:30 p.m. I'm gonna get a message from you that says, so
I did it.
I put 1/10 of a unit on this. But then if it hits, you're cool, my night's made. Awesome.
Then I'm a genius and I made 5 units.
Absolutely. So let's move on to the next fight. It's Oh man, you know what? Here, let me just. Is that better for the stream? That's
That
all
is
right.
better.
All right, that's a little better. We got Chase Hooper and Felipe Colares. Another, turd. I'm doing that just so that people can say another humongous turd of a fight. I'll go first here. I mean, like, Colares at this price is horrible. There's potential with Hooper. So I look at this two ways. It's either Hooper sub or it's Colares decision. Colares hasn't been finished, so Colares decision is plus 160. Well, plus 150 on DraftKings, plus 160 on actual sports books, since DraftKings is the worst.
You have a
So,
good voice, Lou.
oh, it's from. Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Of course, that yes, that
Yeah,
yes.
little Gene Ralphio. Yeah, the worst. So I guess if I have to play this fight, it's Colares' decision because I can see it playing out very similar to the Steven Peterson fight in terms of like Hooper looking for like the Boston Crab or like some weird wrestling move from bottom and not getting it. But it's not like Colares is good. Like, I mean, you can't bet Colares money line, correct?
I wouldn't,
Like
not at this price.
like he's not even a parlay piece to me. It's like, oh. So I guess by decisions, okay at plus 150, but I really hope you top me here. I do not
Yeah,
want to make this bet.
I'll top you with a fairly square one. To anybody on Colares by decision, I would just be concerned about the one thing of I don't think if you think Colares wins, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility of for him to knock out Chase Hooper. Colares isn't terrible on the feet. He can at least throw straight strikes and do it well. And Hooper's, I mean, I was watching and I was unwell. His striking defense is so poor. So that's just one thing to worry about. But I will outdo you fairly square. Just Chase Hooper by submission. It's plus 500. I really don't see how else Chase Hooper wins here. I understand that Colares hasn't been submitted just yet, and he is a black belt coming out of Team Nogueira, so might be difficult, but I just feel like Colares does put himself into danger fairly often, especially as the rounds go on, and his game plan kind of falls into Chase Hooper's wheelhouse, so at plus 500 for sub for Hooper, I do like that quite a bit.
Well, you're 2 for 2, sir. You have that one because I can't justify a play on these. Now, the next 9 fights I have plays I'm interested in, but these 2 plays just were like really tricky for me. But if you're ready to move on, let's move on to one that I actually have a strong feeling on.
Let's get going.
Jonathan the Dragon Martinez, not to be confused with old enemy of mine, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who I battled at WrestleMania 3. Yeah. Mike is 20. Mike is in his 20s. He does not understand the Macho Man, but there are people,
still funny.
There are people in chat that will understand it. Going against Vince Morales. Mike, I'm gonna let you start off, but I gotta say that this is one that Twitter seems to be very MMA. Twitter is very one-sided on the Jonathan Martinez side. So, what do you got to start us off?
Really, I feel like all the bets I've seen on MMA Twitter have been on the Morales side. Maybe I don't know, but yeah. So for this one, I think you're actually gonna probably smoke me. I'm not really comfortable playing too many props here. I'm on the Martinez side, and because of that, like, I'm too nervous to go by him by decision because the leg kick narrative, and he does have good hands and good power. He did knock down Davey Grant, which I wouldn't call exactly easy, but at the same time, like, yeah. So like I'm torn there, and because of that, I wouldn't really want to play either. But just to start off the round, let's call it, I'll do Martinez by decision. It's like plus 100, I think, but I know you're gonna top me.
I'm gonna top you twice for the sake of the show. I get the whole like narrative of Martinez leg kicks and Morales like Benito Lopez and like Gutierrez put away. Like I get it, he can't defend leg kicks. You know what I can't get past? I can't get past the fact that Martinez gets cracked every fight. Like Alejandro Lopez, like depending on the judging, Martinez could have lost that fight. I mean, I thought Martinez won the fight handily. he looked bad for 1 minute, but it was 30 seconds of round one and round two that he looked bad. And like, so Morales like will fight for your money. He's one of these dudes that fights for your money. And like, if he cracks Martinez and knocks him down, I think it's over. Like, I think that's all it's going to take. So, like, there's also this narrative that, like, oh, he trains with Davey Grant. Like, you know, him and Grant have, like, switched partners. And, like, you know, Grant just knocked out Smolka and Morales. Like these guys are having, like, a round robin of, like, fights. I just, like, so it's cool that Morales trains with Grant. But, like, also, what's Grant going to, like, coach him on? Hey, like, you should hit him in the face a lot. And, like, if you do that, you'll win. Like, that's good coaching from Davey Grant. Like, if he tells Morales that. But, like, I just think that Morales at some point cracks him. And I don't know that Martinez, he's chinny, man. I can't get over that he's chinny. Like, even look at these odds. Like, Mike, would you agree if the odds are crazy wide to begin with? Like,
Yeah,
should Martinez be at 250 here?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I
it's
took
wild.
him personally. Like, I think I bet him at like minus 180, and I was pretty uncomfortable even there. So I would say this is wide, yeah.
So Morales KOs plus 550, and like, it's honestly, it's the only way he wins. Morales can't win it if this goes to decision with Martinez. Like, Morales is, you know, what's to say that, like, you guys, Wheezy says all the time, like, Martinez is the minute winner, Morales is the moment winner, and it's only gonna take one moment. So I have Morales plus 550, and just to even elevate myself because I'm doing it, I have Morales round 2 KO at plus 1700 because, you know, with my brilliant science, Martinez is lost in the second round twice. But like, plus 1700. Now, in case Brady ever watches this show, Brady and I always talk about this. And like, you know, Brady and I love Brady, and you guys know that. Like, Brady's like, why do you bet him round 3 instead of round 2? I'm like, my expert analysis is because it pays more. Which, Mike, I'm sure you like love that. The only reason I'm not betting him round 3 here is if this fight gets to round 3, with how heavy Morales' legs are, like, as a boxer, he probably can't walk. Like, he's probably done at that point. So I'm going to play the round 2 prop. Hey, New York sounds like there's no crime there tonight.
Oh, do you hear that? Yeah.
Of course I hear that.
Fairly often.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that New York feels that way. But let's move on. So I win. Finally. Yay, I'm on the board. So did you guys like a Morales analysis? Because if you did, how about we do another fight with a guy named Morales? Omar Morales, Colombian, against Uros Medic, no longer fighting out of Alaska. Morales is a very small favorite here. I guess I leave this one off. I mean, I may just crush you off the bat here, but
let's see.
Well, how do I not go Medic round 1 KO?
Well, I'm on that too, so tie.
All right. Well, now I got to give a little, exposition, but like, so Medic, you know, he's only had one loss. Look, he's beaten bums on the Alaskan circuit. Like, now I don't want to disparage all my, you know, Eskimo followers on the MMA engine, or like, God forbid, Mike, like all your followers, like if 100% of your followers are Alaskan, like, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like, okay, like Medic's, like, if you watch his tape, it takes like 30 minutes to watch all his tape. Like, he's kill or be killed. His loss to Jalen Turner, like, Turner looks, I think Turner's like fine. You know, it's not a great look, but Medic should look all right for a little bit. And you have Omar Morales coming off losing to Wheezy's favorite dude of all time, JSP. And like, JSP is just, can put a pace on you. So like, my big problem with Omar Morales is two things. He's 36 and he has no fight IQ. Like, if Omar Morales was smart, he just takes him down immediately. Like, there's no, but you've seen Omar Morales fights. He just refuses to do like the least path to resistance. And I feel like it's almost like he's so stupid. He's like, nah, I'm going to prove a point. So if this is a stand-up affair, the first round, Medic just crushes him, right? Omar Morales is not some like elite level UFC guy. Am I crazy or not?
No, I don't think you're crazy at all. Personally, I went into this wanting to bet Morales because I think he's well-rounded and I think his striking is good. I'm kind of like you. I do think he folds under pressure a little bit. JSP showed that. Do I think Euros is going to put on the same kind of pressure? No, because he's not going to grapple, but his striking pressure is intense also, and he's very intense. So personally, I do think if he wins, it's going to be inside the distance and most likely in round one. So I definitely agree with you here.
All right, so we're gonna move on now. I'm gonna let you go first, and I want you to take your time because I'm gonna refill my drink to once again get angry over this fight. This will be the second time tonight that I have to handicap this, and yeah, just do me a favor. Just don't immediately top me because I'm getting I'm already so angry about this. So go ahead, dude.
All right, I'll start off super light then. So I'm actually very invested on this fight. I don't hate it as much as Lou does. So I'll start off with under 1.5. I think that's a fair spot. Under 1.5 is sitting at, you can get it for -145 over on Caesars. And I really don't see this fight going out of the first. I do think Jarlton wins. I think he probably wins by KO. I'll talk about that in a bit. I don't want to top Lou right off the bat, but I do think it goes under. There's the chance that Porter extends him, but I just don't really see it. So that's my play, the under 1.5. I usually hate playing unders, but I do like the under. Tom L312 saying under 1.5 minutes, Mike. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. As long as Jarlton doesn't fumble the ball here, he should be absolutely fine. Like, the size looked okay, right? We keep hearing all this stuff about Parker Porter's a real heavyweight. Jarlton's, small for the weight. But we're all kind of forgetting that Nick Maximov on the Contender Series went up 3 weight classes from middleweight to heavyweight. So, it's not something that's impossible. And I don't think the size is really going to affect anything here. What up, Lou? Welcome back.
All right, I'm putting this up here right now just because it's important. So that fat tubagoo Parker Porter. Oh yeah, there's no way he beats Jet Almeida. That's right. Outweighed by 40 pounds, cream of coffee. It doesn't matter. Too sweet to be sour. Jet Almeida is better in every way. And the last thing I remember is Parker Porter disappointing the MMA community when they had him by submission against Alan Frenchie Badeau. Alan Badeau outstruck Parker Porter in the second round, ruining all of our parlays, our dreams, our hopes. I will never back the Parker Porter ever again. And for that reason, I have Almeida by Iron Sheik Old Country Violence behind the barn. And when I say Old Country Violence, I'm talking in the butt. I'm talking in his butt, in his butthole, as hard as possible, as if he was a prison inmate on his first weekend in intake. Oh, yeah! Almeida round 1 plus 100 odds is what the fucking the Macho Man Lou is in. Mushroom thinks he's not the Macho Man. I will come to the Mushroom and I will give him Old Country Violence in the Philadelphia. Oh, yeah. I almost did the Iron Sheik invitation there, too. I think that we will be thrown off the channel if I say, he'll give him the Old Country old ways. I'll suplex him. I camel clutch him. He'll F him in the A. Old Country style. So to sum up, my best bet is plus 100 for this fight. And if you're happily will top it, that's cool.
Yeah, I can top you all the way. I would win this no matter what, I think. But I'll start with Almeida round 1 KO. It's plus 500 and
you win. I don't care anymore.
All right, then I want to say my biggest bet because it's disgusting and it'll probably make you throw up. So I do have Parker Porter by decision at plus 1,400. If you've watched me before on any show, I do my little hedges by playing props like this. I am all over Almeida, but I'm still going to hedge with the Porter decision. And I couldn't let it go. I'm also hedging with Porter round 3 KO. No,
son
not round 3 KO. Round 3 plus 2,500. And the thought process is, if by some miracle we get to round 3, I expect Almeida to look horrible. The guy has done it one time and he lost that fight. So just a sprinkle.
I mean, yeah, like I'm already angry that Porter is gonna win this fight by like bullshit decision, and that the tinfoil hats in the community. Like, I'm so mad. Like, I'm already so angry about it. Like, because like, fucking Porker, man. Like, I know where this is going. Like, god damn it. Like,
He's the GOAT.
he's the goat, all right. All right, we're moving on. I think I start this one off. Like, you win, dude. Whatever. Like, the problem with Almeida, it's another one of these fights where, like, the Romanov fight against Jobber to the Stars, Shea Sherman. Like, how do you bet it? Like, there's no value on the favorite. Like, and Porker decision's kind of awesome. Like, because, like, we just thought, there's Almeida. Is there any way Almeida wins the decision? I mean, look, there is. If he like gets takedowns the first 2 rounds, sure. But, like, realistically, if this fight goes to decision,
then Porter's live.
It's that tub of goo all day.
I think the pressure might be difficult for Almeida. I feel like the pressure might be, if anything.
Stop it. Look, dude, stop. Look, you give me all the goddamn shit you want. Mike, you're throwing your money away.
Hey, that's why it's only a hedge, and most of my money is on Almeida.
No.
Like 6 units staked on Almeida.
Hold on. Now I want to make a comment on the MMA Twitter community right now. That, like, the people in our chat, they follow a lot of these guys, so they know this too. And Mike, now you and I are like fun. We're fun with our bets. But let me make this clear. All these motherfuckers that when Porker could not get Badeau out of there, what was Twitter all week? Fucking Porter, Porker, the worst. Like railing on this dude, never betting him again. He is the worst. Mike, do you remember all this?
Of course, but we're a fickle community.
Well, here we are, dude. We're here like a couple months later, and I'm like, well, Porker's not a bad bet. What the fuck, dude? Like, I mean, didn't we just say, like, for months, Porker is the worst? Oh, he beat Parisian. He beat Chase, somehow fatter tub of goo Sherman, who literally got re-signed to be a jobber for Romanov. And who's the other idiot he beat? Oh, Badeau.
Yeah.
Oh, so what? So that's his resume? The fuck out of here.
I'm with you, man.
Almeida's gonna murder this.
To win.
Look, I'm channeling Phoenix MMA. This motherfucker's gonna murder this motherfucker. All right, let's move on. I guess I start with this one. Dude, you're winning all these. I outbid you on what so far? Just Morales?
I think I'm gonna win.
We got Medic the same. All right. Well, let's see how this one goes.
We might lose viewers after I give my opinion right now.
Fuck, I know. I hate you on this one. Ellen Amadovsky against Joseph Holmes. Oh, yeah. Hold on. So just Juicy Q saying Almeida's going to gas. Yeah. Do I think Almeida could gas? Yes. But I also think Almeida's going to win in the first round. So I don't think the gas tank's going to matter. And I'm saying, like, if this fight gets to, like, the late second, third round, yeah, Almeida's probably in trouble. Like, because if you're going to give Porker credit for anything, it's his cardio is not terrible. But I just think Almeida's going to, like, literally put his penis in his butt and, like, win by penis butt submission. Can I say that? This video is going to get taken down.
At this rate, we might be. We might be.
Well, I didn't curse. I used, like, medical terms.
All my shows, I curse like a sailor. I've been really working on it.
I wonder if my girlfriend heard penis butt submission, she would have come over. So I guess she's got her headphones on. All right, so Amadovsky Holmes. So I'll start off. I mean, what a horrible. I'm just gonna give you the layup here. Fight doesn't start round 3 is minus 130. If this fight gets to the third round, nobody deserves to win a bet. Like nobody deserves to win anything with a bet here. And then this is one of these things where we have to self-reflect and be like, remember that we bet on this fight. So I'm going to give you the layup to start. And go ahead.
All right, so I've got 2 bets here. Actually, I've got
Start
3.
easy peasy, Mike.
I'll start easy peasy. I'll do. So 1 second, let me pull it up. I believe I bet the under 1.5. Let me
Plus
just
one, like 15 or something.
Yeah, let me just make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, I did. I got it at plus 120. So I'll start there. Look, I think we're all on the same page on this.
Oh, what a turd it is.
Yeah, it would be really surprising if we made it to round 3 here. Amidovsky's do or die, and then Holmes is very green still, and also a finisher. So I'll go with the under 1.5 to start off.
God damn it. So I like here, let's just put our cards on the table. I know you're gonna take Amidovsky round 1 KO at 10-1. I'm gonna take how about this? We're just gonna both do our own bets here. Because you like 10-1, and I like plus 750 to 1. I got this from Eric Betts Fights. I want to play Holmes round 2 sub at plus 750. So here's the deal. That's what I'm putting out there. If you like it a little better than your 10-1, we stop there. But you don't, do you?
No, honestly,
you're such a fucking degenerate. I love it.
Here's my thing. Holmes is, I get that he's billed as like a submission guy because he has like what 6, 7, 8 subs on his record. But like you look at his performances
against bums.
Like Shante Barnes on the Contender Series, right? First, he struggled on the feet in round 1 quite a bit, and Shante Barnes is the same size as Amidovsky. And I would like to think that Amidovsky could probably beat Shante Barnes. Just some MMA math.
Do you remember Holmes? Do you remember Holmes' odds going into that fight?
He was a big favorite. I only didn't fade him because Shante Barnes is also bad. But
dude, Shante Barnes. So like, I don't know if Slammy Pig's still in the chat, but like we watched every Contender Series. Like this was very enjoyable Contender Series season for me. Like I loved it.
Same. My favorite one, honestly.
Dude, so I remember that fight with Shante Barnes, and I was on a time prop, and I was like, what the fuck is Holmes doing? Like what the fuck is this? That's why I like the Holmes round 2. I feel like it just takes him around to like realize he's in a fight, dude.
My thing is though, then he kind of slows down. You know, you look at him in round 2 against Pickett, like his hands are completely down, and it's just stressful to watch.
He took the fight on like 3 days' notice, though.
That's very fair.
That was his third fight. That was his third fight in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. That's true.
And Jamie Pickett is, of course, the greatest fighter that's ever been in the UFC.
He could be so good if he just used a jab, man. If he just used a jab. But yeah, so I'll top you now. I am going to go with
Amidovsky. We have no idea.
I'm going to go with Amidovsky in round 1 KO. I'll say this. It's just 0.1 unit. It's just a flyer. I do think that Holmes is probably the better fighter here, better camp. It's just, look, I can't trust Holmes just yet. I'm not playing him as a favorite. And I wanted to take him by sub, but his takedowns are rough, in my opinion. I don't think he's that great at wrestling. For Barnes, he got 2 of 5, I believe, and both of them were trips off the fence. If Amidovsky's actually been working training in these past 3 years, if he's actually over there in Sweden, what's it called? MMA Factory, right? If he's actually over there, like,
well, if it's in Sweden, it's probably called like Flugtag Fightnag or some bullshit like, so AKA couch.
I do expect Holmes to struggle a bit getting him down, and if he gets tired out, man. Amidovsky, if he can do anything well, it's throw some hands quick. So I'm just going with that. And I also played Amidovsky decision, no action, plus 190. So
the only thing I'm going to say here before we move on is this. Me and you were both on Medic round 1, saying that's his win condition. I mean, that was plus 450. Amidovsky's win condition is the same win condition. It's round 1 KO. So, like, if you make that play, I get it. Like, I get it. Because it's Joseph Holmes. His name is Ugly Man, which is kind of tremendous. It's a great nickname. But, like, I don't know, man. All right, can we move on to like what I'd like to think is? Oh God,
Yes, let's go.
I wanted to say a real fight, but like this is the next fight.
This one's fun. This one's fun.
Now the banner's coming up again, so this is my start, I guess. But I'm gonna defer to you just so I can rant afterwards. Polyana Viana, Tabitha Ricci. Before you give your pick, I think you can agree there's only one way to play the Viana side, and that's sub, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would personally do. I was actually thinking this because I wanted to bet Viana originally, even though I didn't. I was thinking decision no action for Viana makes a lot of sense. If I'm correct, I don't think she's ever won a decision. She's been to like 1 or 2, and she didn't win either. So I don't see Viana winning a decision here, and all the skill sets agree with that, in my opinion. So if I would play Viana, I would do it inside the distance, maybe by sub, but I would just do both in case, because I think Richie's going to be difficult to sub, you know? She's also a high-level black belt, and she's got small limbs. Like, that does matter.
So you're on Viana decision?
No. I said if you're going to go Viana, do a decision, no action. I'm on just Richie money line. I'll start with that. I got her minus 119. She's like minus what? Minus 125 you can get on DraftKings. I like that still.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna let me put this up here again. So I'm on the same side as you. Like, there's no crazy bet with this fight, but I want to make a point that, like, I don't think we have any female viewers in the chat. If we do, like, welcome. Like, sorry that your Friday night is not going so great. But like Polyana Viana has this knockoff OnlyFans bullshit. It's called like People Poly if you're looking for it. Like, I'm happy to give away like, but like it's like 50 a month and 240 for 6 months, like with implied nudes. And like Kay Hansen sucks my asshole and she's implied nudes and she wants like all your goddamn money. Like, what the fuck is implied nudes? Do you want to make money? Like, show me the tits, dude. Like, I don't want to go. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to go to a strip club where it's like, hey, we're not bottomless, but also we're not topless. Like, we just wear clothes. Awesome. Are your drinks $15 a drink too? The fuck is this place? Like, why would I go there? Why would I spend money there? Kay Hansen's like, oh look, here's almost my boobs. Well, what the? And then Polyana Viana says, oh, I raise you. I'm 50 a month for like, here's my bathing suit pick.
Have you seen Jessica I's menu, man?
Here's my point. Fuck you. You want to charge $50 a month for you in a swimsuit? Lose and fuck you. That's it. Or sorry, hold on. No, it's Macho Man Night. Yeah, I can't believe the motherfucking bitches that think they can just get $15 from the Macho Man, Randy Savage, for showing only them in implied nudes. Yeah, never gonna happen with the Macho Man. Hey, Kay Hansen, you want my phone number? It's on the back of my license plate. Get it. Let's move on. I'm so angry at this implied nudes thing. It's ridiculous. Mike, you ever seen Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Do you like Norm Macdonald?
I can't say
I'm not saying Mike, so we have 2 weeks. I'm going to, like, the next time we come back on air, you're going to be like, Jesus Christ, I fucking love Norm Macdonald. he's like the GOAT comedian, but he did a movie, Dirty Work, with Artie from Stern Show, whatever. But like, he has it implied he got raped in prison in like the 45 minutes he's in jail. And he's like, it wasn't the rape. It's the lack of respect. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Mike, I'm going to make, in 2 weeks, you're going to be like, oh my God, Norm is like the greatest comedian I ever saw in my life.
I'm going to check him out.
R.I.P. Norm Macdonald, by the way. Norm, the GOAT. My favorite comedian ever. Let's move on to maybe not the greatest fight I've ever seen, but like, in all fairness, probably the greatest nickname battle we've had in so long. Eric your boy Anders against the Iron fucking Turtle, Young Park. I mean, this is your start, right? Can you
Is it? Yeah, this one, I hate this one, honestly. I hate this fight so much.
This is mine.
Go for it then.
Sorry, it's an even number one.
Hit it.
I mean, Park by decisions like plus 110. Like, I don't see a finish here. In all fairness, Anders look like kind of terrible on the scale. And like, can we just give like a moment of praise to how good the Park Rodriguez fight? Like that should have been fight of the year. Or like it's a candidate, right?
It was a lot of fun.
Like I had the under and I remember like losing my fucking mind. I'm like, oh my God, like, dude, that was such a great fight.
I had Rodriguez.
So Anders looked terrible on the scale, I thought. And like in all fairness, like Anders is fight ready now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So like this is a commentary on that. Fight ready is like where you go to like get steroids and like get in shape. Or work on your cardio. Maybe not the steroids part. Like I don't want libel. But like fight ready is where you go if like the issues with who you are as a fighter are like endurance or strength, right? But that's never been Honor's problem. Like he's a fucking athlete. So like his problem is not being so good at the MMA. So to me, that's the wrong gym. So meanwhile, you got Park, who's like, what are you gonna do? Like club him in the face like tons of times. Like Anders throws like his. Look, I've lost so much money on Anders. His volume is shit, and Park's volume is better. Like I can just see Park grind him up in the cage. Like Park decision is the only bet I have. It's the only bet you can make in this fight. Am I wrong?
Well, I have to say you're wrong because I have a different bet.
If you do the draw, I love it.
Honestly, I didn't even think of that. No, I'm on Anders just for a half unit, but
sorry, our buddy Addicted to Combat, Patrick, who would love that. I don't know if you guys follow Addicted to Combat. Mike, do you know him?
No, I don't.
He's funny as shit, dude. Addicted to Combat with the 2. Follow Patrick. He's funny as shit, dude. Like, but his pick was the draw for this because he's like, no, I don't agree with it. He says 10-8 Anders, and I'm like, no, 10-8 Anders means
how?
Well, 10-8 Anders means he knocked him the fuck out. But I like but I dude, I'm like you. I'm a degenerate gambler. I see the draw and I'm like, draw? I'm like, hello? Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, I mean, I'm just on the money line for Eric Anders here. I did just a half unit because I couldn't be less confident if I tried. For me, like the reason I almost didn't bet it at all because Eric Anders, in my opinion, is very like defensively liable. He kind of strikes like this, like head down and just swings. And he does the same thing when he shoots for takedowns. So that is worrisome. But he's also bigger than most of Park's opponents. And I do kind of expect Anders to kind of be pushing Park against the fence. I expect a lot of this fight to be held against the fence. And I just think that Anders could win a decision here. If it's a slow, boring fight, if he's not letting Park jab his face off, I think he should be okay. He can lose it. I think that Park is a rightful favorite and the price does make sense. So that's why it's just a half unit play. And I did get him at plus 195, but I still think plus 172 on Anders is all right. Look, I think the size will matter. And I think that the fact that Park won't be able to rely on his takedowns as much as he needs to sometimes also will matter here. I don't think that either of these guys is really going to be getting a lot of takedowns, getting a lot of success grappling. That's why I think we're going to be stuck on the fence. I guess Lou went to get another drink. I'm going to have to go after him. I'm out of White Claws. But so, yeah, I'm playing Anders' money line with the least bit of confidence possible. You back, Lou?
The Macho Lou had to let the Macho snake out for a second.
So yeah, I'm going to go do the same and grab a drink. I'll be right back, Lou.
I will start off the next one. Mike, take your time. Guys, I'm sorry that we're look, if you're tuning in at 9 o'clock on a Friday night, we appreciate you. Like, Juice is here. Papa Chuck, who, like, it's funny, like, before he comes back, like, so, like, I see Mushroom here. I don't really know Juicy Q that much, but, like, Papa Chuck's another guy. Like, I know you guys from the chats on, like, Wheezy stuff for, like, months. And, like, so I always appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on a late Friday night. I feel like I'm letting you guys down because typically I'm like 1,600 bet, 1,700. Like, these are my crazy plays. This card is just crazy. And then I got this guy, Larson, who, like, if I may say, this is my BFF. This is my ride or die brother for life. And he's like the greatest man I know. So I'm just so glad that he tunes in. And without him, I'm probably not even on YouTube. So if you hate that I'm on YouTube, I will send you his email for hate mail. But if you like what I do, like, Papa Chuck, glad to have you. Like, and Mushroom showed me his bet slip today. Mushroom, sorry, Mushroom, I'll blow you up a little bit, but like, Mushroom, a Philly guy going to Bet Rivers, aka the old Sugar House. So while I'm waiting for Mike, I just tell you guys a story. If there's ever a casino that opens up in your area, go there the first day and play blackjack. I went to the Sugar House in Philly the first day they opened, and this chick had no idea what the hell. Mushroom, dude, I gave it away earlier. I'll give you away my shit before. I'll give you at the end of the show. The first
I
day
have
I
a
went to the
DJ parlay too.
The first day I went to the Sugar House, this dealer did not understand how to deal blackjack. She's pushing pots to me and my business partner at the time when, like, they won the hand. She's like, "Oh, okay, like, you guys win, and like, every table's like, just shut the fuck up, dude." And we just followed her table to table. Like, I walked out of there with $6,000 that night, but I'm betting 50 a hand on our tables because I'm like, dude, I'm probably, I may win the hand, but like, she may not realize I won the hand. So anyway, Mike, I just told the people, like, I was very happy that, like, we got some cool dudes hanging out. Also, go follow Catch Warrior. Like, he's the fucking best. I don't care about his DFS stuff personally because I'm banned from DraftKings because they're a bunch of bitches.
You're banned?
Yeah, yeah, dude. They waited till after I deposited money. They're like, you've complained about our casino, so we're banning you for 3 months. I'm like,
No way.
well, why do you let me deposit, motherfucker? So, like, in 3 months, I'm gonna be like, cool, and you're gonna be like, oh, well, that you can't withdraw it immediately because, like, that goes against anti-money laundering rules. But dude, just can I have the money back? Like, all I want is the money back. Close my account.
That's absurd.
That's why I'm effing around with other casinos. So anyway, let's move on to the next fight of the night. We got 3 left, and this is one I think you and I are very divisive on too. It's Chidi against. I mean, I can't believe, like, this must be a professional fight. So his name, if you didn't know, is Dusko Todorovic. But let's say what Best Fight Odds has. Durko Todorovic. Like, dude, if you, by the way, would you not be like completely insulted if you're Dusko Todorovic being like,
and they do this every week.
Well, Diana Belber, like
when we had the 2 Cortezes, remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tracy Cortez against that was last week, dude. All right, so this is yours. Chidi against Dusko. Look, let's get the time prop out of the way. Neither one of us thinks this is like time prop's a parlay piece, right?
Yeah, for sure. I believe I parlayed fight doesn't go. I'm pretty sure.
All right, so the under 2.5 is like minus 190 or whatever. It's ridiculous. Like, fight doesn't start round 3 on the screen, minus 146. Like, not a bad look. So, what do you got for this?
Yeah, so for this one, I'm on the Chidi side, so I really can't add much in terms of value. But Daz Files saying appreciate a follow back. Absolutely, man.
Oh,
but,
dude. By the way, Daz is like, dude, if you don't, like, I'll hunt you down. Go follow.
You don't
Daz.
have to. I will. But I am on the Njokuani side here, so I don't really have anything too exciting. I didn't even bet this yet, but if I would bet a prop, it would be him by KO plus 110. I think that Dusko is a good fighter as well. I can't get over him walking around in the octagon like this. I really can't get over it. And the fact that he's had like 3 or 4 fights in the UFC already, and nobody on his team is like, dude, you're so good, just lower your chin. It blows my mind. So that's why I do think a KO is live. So
yeah, I like. So you and I talked about it. Hold on a sec. Yeah, that was okay. So I think the line is wide. Like me and you talk about this. The line's wide because she knocks out MAB in like 20 seconds. And like, but what can you read into that? Like, he got him with a perfect shot. Like, I feel like this line, if not for him knocking out Barrialt in like one shot, he's maybe 170 here. And then like, I'm like, all right, I like that. So, but like just the money line tag and inherently, and you and I are not people that bet money lines. Like, we bet crazy shit. So I think he does get him out of there, but the time prop to me is big because I think so. My biggest problem with Dusko is that like he holds his head. He's got like this. He just holds it there. He's like, no, it hit me. Like Maki Patolo, coconut motherfucking bombs landed tons of shots on him, and that's terrifying because Maki Patolo stinks. He's the worst.
I don't want to hear it. I'm a Maki fan.
I love him. I love him, dude. You know why he's the worst? Mike, you know why he's the worst? Because
did he lose you money?
Every fight, I'm like, oh, it's coconut bombs. Like, no, like blind bet coconut bombs. Like, I don't want to bet Patolo.
I wonder if he won tonight.
Yeah, no, that's right. He's for Eagle, right?
Yeah, I haven't been watching.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait till like we get more data, and like I'd love to cover Eagle. If me and you want to do, we'll do it on your channel, dude. We don't have to do it on the MMA Engine. I'll give you the Lou Rub. I'll give you the Lou Rub, son. You want the Lou Rub, son? Give me the Lou Rub, son. Eagle FC. Only featured Eagle FC bets on the Couch Warrior pod. The most expertise you could find. Because we're doing Contender Series in July, and I already got a crew that's going to be like, well, it's me and Eric, and then Phoenix. And Phoenix is going to take it seriously. Eric's going to take it seriously. And I'm going to be like, who has more chest hair? I didn't watch tape, bitches. No, I will watch tape. I'll be a tape watcher. I am a tape watcher. I watched Amidovsky's tape. I watched him run into a fist in 10 seconds. Easiest tape job of my life.
So bad.
So we're just going to go with like Cheaty in the distance of the time props here. But before I say that, Durko Totaver, this line's too wide. So like he's the value side. If you're just want to bet a side, I think the odds are it's way too wide. And it's wide because of his 22nd. What are you reading into his 22nd knockout against MAB? Did he improve his jiu-jitsu? Is he a better fighter because of that? No, he's not. It's public. You agree with that part, right?
Yeah, for sure. But personally, like I just feel like you can get enough out of his Dana White's Contender Series where you can have some confidence that he's a competent fighter. And he showed his skills there, I felt. And then when he knocked out MAB, like, yeah, that was probably if it happens, if they fight 10 times, that probably doesn't happen again more than once out of 10 times. But I still think he could have won that fight, Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. But I just think very highly of Cheaty. I think some people are overlooking him, but I definitely think that minus 265 is way too wide. If you look at it, it opened at minus 125. So
can we talk about how crazy it is that last two? I know he's not fighting. Like, we're not talking about him for a betting. The last two, Mark Andrew Barrialt, who's like Mr. Split decision crazy shit. His last two fights, dying in 10 seconds and first round submission. So, like, could we have put it, like, what does a parlay pay of him losing 1 minute finish and then a sub?
Plus 20,000?
Like, the next time he fights, and like, Barrialt seems like the kind of dude, like, I respect Barrialt a lot. I really do. Because I like that he's like a getter. He's like, let's go. And he's not ranked. And maybe he'll never be ranked. Like, Barrialt will probably never be ranked. He's a gatekeeper. But he's another one of these guys, dude, that like, he's going to fight every 2 months. How do I bet him next fight? He died and then he got a submission. He's the decision guy. What do you do, dude?
Jordan Wright also kind of fed him that submission. He went from like a striker to a wrestler, a terrible wrestler, and then just gets submitted with the guillotine.
Jordan Wright is the epitome of a dude that should be in like Eagle FC or like, what's the company with the the triangle cage that had Metallica? What was it called?
Triad. I think.
No, it's called triad's like a mafia term.
Yeah,
It's
I know that. I know that. But I'm pretty
Did you
sure
did you watch the triangle cage fighting?
I did.
It
I'm
had
pretty sure I'm
Metallica.
right. It is Triad. Triad Combat.
Triller. No, it's Triller.
Triller's the company, but I just googled it.
I like the Triller did that whole show and they're like, oh, I hope UFC's showing how to promote. Because Dana White's like, like even like Bellator, Scott Coker's like, calm your tits. Like, relax. All right, let's move on to the co-main. And this is the fight that like I saw a couple weeks ago and I was like, oh my God, this is like a legit banger. Pereira and Ponzinibbio. How about this? Before we get to the props, I'm on the Pereira side. What side are you on?
I'm on the Ponzi side. We disagreed a lot this week.
All right, so how about this? Just you give your best bet. I'll give my best bet.
Okay. So my highest bet on this, well, I'm going money line, obviously, for Santiago. I just feel like this is another close matchup. I think that Santiago presents the number one issue that Pereira has, which is he has a hard time dealing with forward pressure and fighters cutting off the cage. We saw that with Fiallo when he won the first round against Pereira. So, and I think that Santiago can do that just much better in over 3 rounds. So that's why I'm on him here. But I am going to sprinkle. So I don't think you'll top me here, but I am sprinkling round 3 KO for Ponzi. It's plus 2,300. And the thought process is simply that I think he can keep up his volume. He's shown that. He's shown that his cardio holds up in terms of striking output. And Michel Pereira does slow down. He's shown that time and time again. Even though he is getting better at not performing a dance routine before his fight starts, I still think that he's slowing down quite a bit. So that's my sprinkle here, the plus 2,300 round 3 KO for Ponzi.
I can't beat that. I like the Pereira KO plus 350. I can't. The size advantage is like.
You saw that today? I was surprised. Yeah. I was surprised.
But like, hey, Papa Chuck, just hold on a second because I don't hate that draw either. But you gotta let me get there, Papa Chuck. You gotta let me get there, bro. Man. So, I just think Pereira is better everywhere. I think Pereira is like legit title contender. I do. He comes to the UFC. He's hitting moonsaults. I know if you don't watch pro wrestling, you know what that means. But like this whole backflip against Connolly, like, yeah, did he screw around? Yeah. It's weird. You know, it's like weird but brilliant marketing. But now we know who he is. Watch his last 4 fights. There's none of this crap. Like the Nico Price fight, he gassed out in the 3rd.
Well, there was that backflip illegal kick to the face.
Well, but like, why is he gassed out against Nico Price in the 3rd? Because Nico Price is that kind of fighter too, dude. Like, and he won. And I thought like that 3rd round was tight. I had a bet on Nico Price that fight, like full disclosure. Same. So I was like, oh man, maybe Nico got a 10-8. But Pereira is like, his skill set is like. Don't give me this. Ponzi's on the downside of his career. So to me, I love Pereira in every element of this fight. I think this line is criminal, to be honest. Like I have Pereira at minus 250. I honestly believe that. Ponzi is like a mid-range journeyman guy. Like I think Pereira is a guy that like he's 29. Like he's still growing into his body.
He's 28 actually, which is crazy.
But oh my God, his skill set is insane. And I think that I forget the guy that fought. It's like 2 cards ago. I think this is going to be one of these times where, like, when you say this is the last time we're going to get a guy at this price, this is the last time you're going to get Pereira at this price. I think he's going to knock him out. I think he's going to knock him out in the 1st or 2nd round. It might be 1st round. I can't play a round prop here. But Pereira knockout is plus 350. I think Pereira's going to fuck him up, dude. And this is going to be a statement. Honest to God, I think Pereira is just going to fuck him up. So for you guys that don't know, Mike and I do the John Kelly best bets panel. This might be my best bet, dude.
Really? I considered making Ponzinibbio my best bet.
I'm just the more I watch, the more tape I've seen. I feel like Ponzinibbio is like really good at like Ponzinibbio is like. Do you ever play Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
I have not.
Are you familiar with Are you familiar with it? If you're not familiar with it, like I'm kicking you off the show for life. Like you have to understand what like Punch Out, like these boxing games is. But like I just don't know what like Ponzinibbio is very one dimensional to me. Like he's like I hear what you're saying about the pressure. Like dude, it's like any other sport. If you're fighting off your back foot, you get tired. But my God, Pereira is just so much more skilled at everything than Ponzinibbio is. And I've watched all of Ponzinibbio's tape, and it was a long, dude. Like we're not going to launch the site because I had to watch all fucking Ponzi's tape, Lozon's tape, Cerrone's tape. Like I'm getting a tape labyrinth.
Do you think that Pereira could get the takedowns here?
Yeah, easily.
Do you?
And if he's smart, against Ponzi. What's Ponzi? You want to know what Ponzi's takedown percentage is?
It's 60%.
Crappy.
Takedown defense is 60%, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is. And I know he doesn't often wrestle, but you watch his Jeff Neal fight. That was a nice takedown that he got. He didn't do much with it, so there's really not much you could take from it. But I was pretty impressed. Jeff Neal's not an easy guy.
Do you see this?
Let's go! No money on it, but I'm hyped. That's my boy.
Coconut fuck. Of course, now I don't have any money on it. Now he fucking wins by KO.
Honestly, his opponent got a little overhyped in my opinion.
That son of a bitch, Meki Patulo. Did you read the newspaper on Thursday? Like, that's yesterday's news. That's where Maki Patulo is. Ooh, yeah. All right. Well, I hate to end on a miss. Excuse me. I knew I had it not muted. Mike, find me some value on Holm Vieira. I'm not even expanding it. Like,
okay.
Like, find me some value here because
yeah, so
what do you do here?
I went in. So going into this blind, I was like, I'm 85% going to bet Vieira. And then I taped it and I was like, I'm 0% going to bet Vieira. So
Lorenzo Lamas, as Weezy would call her.
I ended up going with Holm by decision at plus 100. And then, do you have anything to top that? Because I do.
No.
And then on top of that, there we go. Mushrooms on the same page as I am. I also sprinkled Holm by KO in round 4 and Holm by KO in round 5. I got plus 2,800 for round 4 and plus 3,500 for round 5. And look, it's not the most likely outcome, but you're going to give me 28-1, 35-1 for Holly Holm to just let it rip in the last 2 rounds. She shows she can do that against Aldana. And to be completely honest, I'm not saying this because Aldana beat Vieira, but I think that if they fought 10 times, I think Aldana would win most of the time. So I think that Holm is going to be running away with this. So I think that a KO in the last portion of the fight isn't the craziest thing.
So I'm going to tail your bet on this because the one big problem I had is like, you can't just look at like these metrics of like the finishes. You know Holm's last finish, right? I mean, it's pretty well known what her last finish is.
Ronda Rousey, no?
Yeah. So it's been 8 years since she had a finish, but you look at Vieira and like so the question is what kind of game she's going to have is if Vieira does this wrestle heavy game early,
she can win.
No, but I don't think she has, but also I don't think she has 5-round cardio. So could Holm crack her with a head kick? Like 1,000,000%. So this 4-5 decision or these late round props, I kind of think they're in play. Like I really do, because I don't think Vieira, like what the fuck? Like, look at her Tate fight. See, there's this weird chain reaction of crappy lines that are like lining up. So Tate, if I can take you back to when I hated Mish Tate the most, it's recent. Because let me take you back to the one time I thought I was going to win $100,000 in DraftKings. Billy Q scored 7 million points against Mowgli. I had Malcolm Gordon. I had the optimal lineup with 2 fights left. You know what all I needed? I didn't care. I didn't care what Makhachev got. I'm like, I don't care. I need Miesha Tate not to do anything. What does she do? She puts up like Khabib stats. She fucking, and then she gets to finish in the third round like a C word. So Miesha Tate wins that, and now she looks like she's back. And then what happens? She fights Vieira. And now Vieira looks like she's a world beater. So can we just pay it forward? Now Holm's going to look like she's a world beater.
Yeah, and I just want to respond to Daz. He was saying, can a 40-year-old KO anyone after fighting 15 minutes? You look at her last fight with Aldana, I just pulled it up. She actually landed the most strikes in round 5 and the second most strikes in round 4. So I don't think that Holm is going to be slowing down, really. I think, if anything, her chances of getting a knockout after she already lands like over 100 punches will be higher at the end.
Can I also respond to that?
Go for
I
it.
don't know if Larson's still in the chat. He's a dude that's seen me in action. I'm 44. Can a 44-year-old knock you out after 15 minutes? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can. Because it's going to be 14 minutes of you punching me in the face. And then you'd be like, oh, are you tired? Cool. Now I'm going to punch you in the fucking head. So, yeah. Let's not have this age-ism, this age hate in our channel. You sons of bitches. I'm not taking my shirt. I'll take my shirt off. I'm gonna go drink with him like when we're done with the show, but I'm not taking my shirt off. So let's give Mushroom a parlay. If you have a degenerate parlay, let's hit the parlay, son.
I do. So this one, I make degenerate parlays every single week. I mean, you only need to watch me once on this show to know that I do something like that. And I never post it because it's just degenerate and I don't want anyone to tail it and lose their money. But I felt like this one actually has a chance. So I ended up playing it and posting it. So I took the Njokuani by KO, TKO, Junior inside the distance, Hooper by submission, Hughes by decision, and Richie by decision. And that gives me plus 17,099 odds. And I bet literally 0.049 units to win 8.5 units.
You're a psychopath. And as far as Papa Chuck goes, I just want to address this. So Eric Betts Fights has a thing on his refrigerator. You can literally at Eric Betts Fights and ask him this. That I said something. I said my dream is to do a show with Bert and Mike's MMA picks. And like I probably retire if I like that was the show I could do. The problem with Bert, and I love Bert and I love his picks. The problem is I send these links. I've seen, you know who Bert is, right?
Yeah, he I love him. I started watching him after you put me onto him.
So the problem is if I send a link to like a fight pick and then he's not wearing his shirt, it's like, oh, cool. I just sent you like a 14-year-old boy not wearing his shirt.
Does he not wear a shirt sometimes?
Yeah, because he's a fucking weirdo. So like,
I haven't seen that.
But then when it comes down to it, it's a 44-year-old male being like, here, look at this boy. And it doesn't matter what he's saying anymore. It's like, yeah, now I'm a weird fucking creepy dude. Like Brady, like like I shouldn't.
Chuck, you're
right,
you're close, man. You're close.
All right. So like I shouldn't say this, but like Brady, I know Brady would laugh. This isn't like a Brady, like whatever. Like in our company meetings, you know, like I like to tell Brady and Wheezy had their hacks for not pronouncing things the way that Bert does. Like it's not Bat Jarrell, you know, Dana. It's coming up next in the light division. It's Dana Batchery. So, like, you know, Bert's a professional, like, unlike the hacks that I work with. So Brady watches these videos to get pronunciation. He's like, why isn't he wearing his shirt? And I'm like, okay, now this is.
I need to see that. I'm gonna start doing the same thing.
Now it's weird that he's not wearing a shirt. And I'm like, man, Brady, I'm really sorry. Like, I sent you a fucking 14-year-old boy not wearing a shirt. Like, and then it's like, I don't want dude, Brady is like Brady's like my little brother. Like I love Brady. So It's weird to me to do that. And he'd be like, I am having doubts about you as a human being. I'm like, no. I didn't know you didn't have a shirt. I will vet these videos. It's for pronunciation. Santigio Ponzinibbio against Michelle Herrera in the 770-pound division.
He's the next John Anik, dude.
Look, man, if you ever wanted to like spontaneously do The Price is Right in your backyard, call Bert and let him be like Roddy and be like, coming up next, it's Plinko with this girl and this guy playing for almost maybe a car or at least a kitchen sink set. Like, then you're good, dude. Like, but like also you have to pay Bert probably to be clothed. So, hey, Bert, if you're listening, interested in doing a show with you on the MMA Engine, like, if I have to send like a permission form to your parents, bro, I am like legit a big fan.
You probably do.
I mean, I could be your dad, dude. I'm 44, bro. Like, it's not just that I could be your dad. I could have established a career and then be your dad. Dude, I met a lot of chicks in Philly, man. I drank a lot. Bert, who knows, man? Call me up, bro. Call me up. And with that, we're going to end the show. And with that, we're going to end it.
Wait,
Mike,
you never gave your parlay.
Oh, it $3.12 pays 10,000. You ready for this one?
Let's go.
Morales round 2 KO. Medic round 1 KO. And the Pereira Ponzi fight Yam Bags.
Let's go.
And like we didn't talk about that, but Yam Bags.
That was my call.
Very live in that Ponzi fight. Like,
dude, you watched their last 2 fights?
Dude, Pereira's been won what
5 times? Fingers down so many times.
Well, dude, if I don't know if you heard me on Twitter today, but I said there's one guy that pointed me out to that, and that was you. Like, I gave you the credit for pointing that out to me.
Oh, I didn't even see.
But Mike, tell the people where to find you, my brother.
Yes, sir. So my name is right there. That's my name on Twitter, Couch Warrior Pod. All my bets are placed there as I make them.
Sorry, DFS expert.
Posting stuff at like 2 a.m. sometimes. Nah, I think if anything, I'm pretty good at prize picks. I do a fantasy show on Wednesday. That's where I break down prize picks and DraftKings. I think my main thing is definitely prize picks. I put up numbers and stats that other people just don't make any just yet. It's all very new. And then on Tuesdays, I do my regular breakdown show on my channel, the Couch Warrior Podcast. And yeah, that's me. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it.
So I'm gonna end the show with this. I didn't end it with the Monk show before, but because I wanted to save it for this show. So Mike, take this for what it's worth. So we're back in 2 weeks. Like, obviously, we don't have UFC next week. On midweek on Thursday, I'm lining up a gambling advice show. Like, just everybody gets like a quick like 3-5-minute spot, like favorite gambling advice. So Mike, if you would like to be on that, like, we would love to have you.
I would love it.
But in 2 weeks, the presentation of this show is going to change because the MMA Engine will be live. The Fight Studio will be completely live. And if you watch Mike's show, he will be using it, I hope. Not for his DFS show.
Yes, I will be using it for sure.
But, you know, like, for him using it for his DFS show, that is something that I want to build in the future. But for his Tuesday show, like, absolutely check him out. But for this show, like, well, the odds, like, I mean, I'm paying $25 a month for a feed of odds. Why would I not put up all the odds? Like, I love the crazy odds. So the presentation's going to change. Like, Monk is in the chat. Monk and I, like, the happy hour is going to change. Like, all the presentation's going to change. And to all you guys watching, thank you so much. Like, and as a bonus thing, because we're not going to be back for it, I've been giving away soccer picks like a motherfucker that have been hitting. Like, it's the one sport I'm good at.
He's a beast. Beast.
So I'm not going to do this on the MMA Engine. Like, I'm going to post my personal channel and just post it. Like, I don't care about likes and subscribes. Like, just, dude, I'm just going to, it'll be easier for me to like explain it on air than like type it. But if you guys are interested in that, like, I'm killing soccer lately. I've been killing it for like 10 years, to be honest with you. But like, I'm on a nice streak and I have good reasoning. So like, if you guys are interested, like, next weekend is the Champions League final. Like, I've made Mike a little bit more of a soccer fan. I know I've made Gordo more of a soccer fan. The Champions League's like it's like the Super Bowl of soccer. And like, even if you're into soccer, if you're just into sport, it's a really cool event. So I'm going to break down why I'm going to tell you the pick right now. I like Liverpool. I like Salah to score. Like, I already know the picks. But if you want like the reasoning, I'll give you why. I think go heavy on Liverpool. Like, they're plus 140. Dude. But I'll tell you why to spend
My friend
your
would
hard-earned
love
money
you
on.
right now.
Mike, are my soccer picks good or not? Like, dude.
He hits like pretty much all of them. I don't tail most because I'm very scared of soccer.
Did I
Lou
chalk?
hits
Did I
pretty
did,
much all the
did
ones
I
he
ch-
tells
did I
me.
did I ch- did I chalk it this week? Plus 360, plus 220, plus 280. Here you go, bitches. Like, here are my picks. I'm good at this. And I don't want tips. I don't want you know what you can do for me, guys? If you like my picks, just like soccer. It's the best sport, man. I love it. Like, just like the sport, dude. I got guys like Gordo and Tim Toronto watching soccer because they're like, dude, this is actually a lot more fun than I thought. It's a fun sport, man. Like, have fun. I'll post something on my personal channel. I'll just tweet about it. Like, if you follow me, like, dude, I don't care about likes and subscribes. Just next week's really cool game. Like, so guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go follow Mike. Go curse at me on Twitter. Engagement's engagement. I don't give a shit. And oh yeah, 11 years ago, the Macho Man was the Intercontinental Champion. I was the best alive, and I am no longer living. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much.